Alright, so we got the 1137 spoilers, and we're getting the name reveal on Shanks' implied brother here. We're also getting confirmation that he is in fact the son of Figureland Garling, and we're getting the reveal on what Gunko's devil fruit is. That's right, pretty exciting stuff, so let's get into it. Luffy's group arrives at an abandoned castle full of giant skeletons who died when Loki killed King Harold. Only Loki and Jarl survived to that incident. So yeah, as we saw in the previous chapter, the Straw Hats were talking with Jarl about Loki and other Elbaphian stuff. And it eventually got to the point where Luffy, Zoro, and Nami, with the help of Road, were going off to find Loki again and possibly release him, or just, at minimum, talk to him again, find out more stuff. So now they're on their way there, and they're at this castle full of giant skeletons who died back when Loki killed King Harold and took his quote-unquote legendary devil fruit. And then also we found out in the previous two chapters, and it's also being reinforced here, that Jarl survived despite Loki putting a sword through his head. Some of the giants have horns, and Rhodes says it's because that giants had ancient giant blood. King Harold had horns too, but he broke them because he hates violence. That's really interesting. I don't think we knew that before. So the ancient giants are like Ors and Ors Jr. and those individuals. And we're finding out now randomly that giants, the regular ones, have ancient giant blood in them. I don't know if this means all giants do or some giants, but it might be hinting at all giants come from ancient giants, which is fascinating. Also, it takes me back to Kaido, because I was questioning this pretty much the whole time I was covering Wano, and it's like, why does Kaido have horns? And those horns were passed down to Yamato. And I know that Kaido refers to himself as an Oni. I don't know if that is quite literally a race or what Kaido was just referring to himself as, but Oni could be like a race, as we were talking about before, where it's some kind of fusion of human and ancient giant, or it's even a fusion of ancient giant and buccaneer. That would be a wild combo. But I'm sure eventually we will come back to the connection of the ancient giants to multiple races in the One Piece world, but we'll probably have to wait for the Void Century flashback or something. Hodens Mother was different from Loki's mother, and she couldn't be Elbaf's queen. There's a flashback about Kid Hyrule and Road. So yeah, this makes sense. I mean, I guess now it does. Hyrule is the son of King Harold, but finding out he has a different mother than Loki does. So he's Loki's half-brother. So I guess Hyrule is supposed to be like the Thor of Elbaf here, I suppose. And his mother couldn't be Elbaf's queen, so I guess she wasn't like a giant. I guess that's what that's implying here, possibly. Or she's a giant that's not from Elbaf. I don't know, I'm sure we'll get more into it. But first, let's talk about the sponsor of this video, Mecha Japan. Mecha Japan is an online store that sells products from major Japanese franchises like One Piece, Jujutsu Kaisen, Dragon Ball, Yu-Gi-Oh!, Pokemon, and many more. Because they have over 30,000 high-quality products straight from Japan, you're going to be able to find rare or even very rare Japanese products exclusively on MechaJapan.com. And the best part is that they have great prices, offer worldwide shipping, and have an awesome customer service team that's very responsive and available to assist you in English. I recently picked up this Soul Master statue of Slifer the Sky Dragon from Yu-Gi-Oh! This thing looks amazing, and I'm so happy to add it to my collection. In fact, so much of my collection is from Mecha Japan. I've gotten so many great things from them, and you can too. So guys, you can get some awesome anime or Japanese products for yourself by checking the link in the description, and make sure you use my code Zhoniin10 because you'll get $10 off any order over $100, and that's once per user. Gunko attacks Loki and beasts from the underworld with the arrow fruit powers, but Loki still refuses to join the gods' knights and become a celestial dragon. So as we saw in the last couple chapters, Gunko and this other guy that we're going to be talking about very soon that looks like Shanks showed up to Elbaf via a teleportation portal that we saw the Gorosei use. And they immediately went to Loki, essentially forcing him to join the Holy Knights and become a celestial dragon, to which he refused, and he is still refusing here, despite Gunko strangling this wolf that came to help Loki. But Loki was being a real chat about it. But now we're getting the reveal of what Gunko's devil fruit is, and it's the arrow fruit. I thought it would have been something to do with bandages or wraps or whatever, because, you know, look at it. But I guess it's an arrow fruit, and it can just make anything into an arrow, or she can tangibly produce these arrows and she's just using it as clothing. Not really sure. The mystery man is Figureland Shamrock, the leader of the Holy Knights and the son of Figureland Garling. He looks like Shanks, but with no scar and long hair. So there we go. That's the big reveal. The implied brother of Shanks' name is Shamrock. I don't know about you guys, but that's a little underwhelming to me. Shamrock? Now, don't get me wrong, I'm sure Oda has some kind of 7-layer meaning to this guy having the name of Shamrock, and maybe I'll even make a follow-up video eventually to why he could be called Shamrock and all the deep, cool, mythological, layered meanings to it. I'm sure it already has something to do with a trinity, you know, since the 3 petals on the shamrock. And also, don't be surprised if everyone suddenly knows who this guy is, like, oh yeah, that's Figureland Shamrock, Shanks' brother. He's like my best friend. Everybody knows him. Wait, you didn't know that? But this confirms a lot of that we've been talking about these last couple months. So Shamrock is actually the leader of the Holy Knights, and we assume this because Garling was the leader of the Holy Knights in the past, but now that he became a Gorosei, so we just assumed that his son here would take over the mantle of the Holy Knights, and he did. And it's not fully confirmed yet, of course, but this means that he is definitely Shanks' brother. I mean, come on. The whole Figureland thing, even before we knew who Garling was originally revealed in some kind of supplementary material for the film Red movie, where the Gorosei essentially said, and I'm paraphrasing, something to do with Yuta being a part of the Figureland family, and we're like, wait, she's a part of the Figureland family, that means that Shanks is, because Shanks adopted her or whatever. So it's all coming together now. And yeah, Shanks is the son of Figureland Garling, and his brother is Shamrock, who is the leader of the Holy Knights. Shamrock and Gunko's mission is to join Elbaf to the world government by force. No break next week. Okay, I don't know why they would do this. I'm sure there's some greater meaning to it, but it's like, do you even have to force them? Can't you just say, like, hey, you're a part of the world government now, and that's it? Like, the world government is a fascist dictatorship. It's not like they have to ask anybody to do stuff. They could just do it by force. I mean, if they wanted to, they could send all the Holy Knights to Elbaf along with the admirals or whatever, and I'm sure they can clean house. The giants are weaklings. But I digress. Let me know what you guys think about this in the comments. And if you liked the video, please give it a like and please subscribe if you haven't already. Have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one.